Undefeated team in the NFL in 2017. His kick is good!
Oh, look at that. It is a good thing the Chiefs wear red because they are red hot lately. In the game, winning kick in the very last seconds of the game is the reason the Chiefs are the only team in the league still undefeated this morning. Head coach Andy Reid couldn't help but smile talking about rookie kicker Harrison Butker.
I was confident because he was confident. He kind of gives you that feeling that everything's okay, and you know, sort of rambling wreck from Georgia Tech, man, tough kid.
Praise there from Andy Reid. Pretty impressive. KCTV5's Neal Jones joining us this morning for our Chiefs chat. Neal, good to have you here. You got the chance to talk with Butker, too, before the kick. Was he feeling the pressure?
You know, it's interesting. Normally, a field goal kicker spends all of training camp with his team, and he gets to know everybody, and they see him kick every day. So, oh, hey, that Joe Chiodo's a good kicker. We like him, right? Well, guess what? He had not done that. He was a situation where he came in early in the week to replace the injured Cairo Santos. And so this 22-year-old, I went up to him and I said, what's your reaction to all this? And I asked him, what was your reaction to being on the team and everything, and what was your parents' reaction? He said his mom actually cried. They all came in for the game. Very exciting moment. But you know what? That was not the final score.
No, it was not.
The final score came on the... That came when later in the game, with 4 seconds to go in the game, Justin Houston scooped up the fumble, went into the end zone. That made it a 9-point lead, and that was important, Joe, because if you bet on Kansas City, that meant you won the bet.
Which is huge news for so many people, and I can tell you, looking at social media this morning, a lot of people felt that bet one way or another. We're either talking with a bunch of happy fans this morning or a bunch of upset people who lost a bunch of money. One guy tweeted here that, hey, that last-second fumble for a TD cost me like $700, ... oh well. So the feeling
hundreds of thousands of dollars changed hands.
Oh my gosh, it is incredible how that's the great thing about sports, though. The very last second, something like that could happen. And Neal, one other thing, we played a clip from Andy Reid earlier from the game saying that no matter how good that win was, it's impossible to not talk about what happened in Vegas that night. I mean, what a whirlwind of emotions felt yesterday. And we know the Chiefs held a moment of silence before the game. Just being there yesterday morning and talking with fans, did this provide at least a little bit of a distraction or a little bit of light in the midst of so much darkness we had yesterday?
Well, there were a number of people who had tickets who did not go to the game because either they didn't want to because of the tragedy or because they were afraid for their safety. But I talked to a lot of people, dozens and dozens of people at Arrowhead last night who said that, you know what, we feel horrible about what happened, but the fact is these games, going out and seeing our friends, tailgating, it takes us away for 5 or 6 hours from all of our problems. It lets us focus on something that they really enjoyed, and in some ways perhaps it helps them get through the tough things in life, not just this shooting, but things that we face in our everyday lives.
And I think that's important to keep in mind going forward, of course. You know, continuing on with normalcy is so important, and last night was an example of that. But, of course, Andy Reid also mentioning that it can't be forgotten either. And I think the Chiefs did a good job of that with the moment of silence in the beginning. Any feeling within the stadium? I mean, was that one of coming together?
Oh, no question about it. I think everybody was. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about the national anthem. What I heard them talking about was how everybody was coming together last night.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, thank you, Neal, so much. We enjoy this Chiefs chat every week, and we enjoy having you here. We also enjoy making you get up early, of course. I know you may not love that part of it, but we enjoy it. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. Okay.